everyone, it's your favorite hollowed mask senpai, Grimmjack. Today, we'll be talking about the long-awaited anime return of one of the big three themselves, Bleach. Returning last October, the series is currently airing the second core of the final arc of the anime, the 1,000-year Blood War arc. For those of you who haven't read the manga or watched the anime, know that it has nothing to do with my personal choice of beverage. So move your uncultured mouth away from the jug. Also, spoilers abound. You've been warned! The arc begins with two Soul Reapers, who don't matter, arriving at Karakura Town to fulfill their hollow slaying duties. Their first encounter goes pretty much how you'd expect.
Crap! I'm not even supposed to be here today! At least my partner's holding her own. Oh, Soul King, I'm gonna die! There's so much I still wanted to do with my afterlife! Hang on, I'll transfer your call.
Fulfilling his main character quota, Ichigo saves them along with his friends. After taking the two Soul Reapers to his house to recover, some asshole in a white poncho shows up in Ichigo's room. Ivan here dirties up Ichigo's bed, prompting a Falco kick out into the streets. Despite clearly being in a wrong car, Ivan claims to be a Quincy and taunts Ichigo to use his Bonkai. Meanwhile, the Soul Society is receiving reports of a large number of hollows being completely eliminated, and mysterious disappearance of Soul Society's Outer Rim residents. Amongst the confusion, head captain Yamamoto is ambushed by the First Reich, who declares war on Soul Society and kills Yamamoto's vice captain Chojiro before escaping into the shadows. Before dying, Chojiro warns that the intruders have a frightening power.
Sir, I have bone-chilling news.
What is it, old friend?
They can... Bonkai!
They can... Bonkai? What does that mean?
No, they can steal...
I cannot piece your cryptic dying words together, my old friend.
They're stealing our...
Shut the fuck up. I'll get my top researchers to decipher your garbled, incoherent ramblings. Now pass on to the next life, soldier.
Hey guys! Rip Chojiro. This video is sponsored by our friends at the Complete Waifu Handbook. If you guys are into tabletop roleplay games like I am, but feel like you were missing a little touch of anime culture, then this is the handbook for you. Compatible with 5th edition, Pathfinder 1st edition, and 2nd edition, this is the ultimate TTRPG book for weebs and waifus. Featuring over 200 pages containing custom art, new marriage backgrounds, 12 fully realized NPCs, each with their own unique backgrounds and marriage preferences, 8 anime-inspired races, 14 new classes, subclasses, and prestige classes, and new camping and cooking rules featuring over 30 recipes and camp activities. This book might just be as thick as your waifu herself. There's probably enough features in this book that you could whip up your own legally distinct Yoruichi waifu to help defeat your foes in your home game. So what are you waiting for? Go check out this amazing new Kickstarter and get your pledge rewards today. It helps us, it helps the channel, and it helps you get your anime waifu fix and your favorite tabletop game. Okay, flash stepping back to the video. Bye!
See you soon, Master.
Going back to our boy Ichigo, he finally plays along and uses his Bonkai, much to Ivan's over-delight. Yes, Gimmie the Bonky. Ivan pulls out a medal and tries to steal Ichigo's Bonkai, but through the power of plot armor, Ivan fails and Ichigo wrecks his shit. Ivan is able to escape into the shadows, back to the Quincy's headquarters, the Lederhosen. Okay, there's a lot of German words in this arc, so don't expect me to get them all right. But I'll say this right. Okay. The Vandenreich. Yeah, got it. Ivan returns with the Soul Society invaders, giving their reports to the head honcho, Yhwach'd, or Yuha. This guy. Yuha tells his minions that he despises conflict. So to avoid it altogether, he naturally murders 2 of his own men. Cold-blooded murder is the way to go, am I right?
Your Highness, is it wise to keep killing your own warriors? That's the 6th time this week, and it's only Monday.
Nothing to fear, Haschwalth. Their sacrifices will be viewed as necessary for our goal of peace.
So we're building peace through murder. I just want to get everything straight in my head about this plan.
You know, I haven't disciplined anyone in about 30 seconds. Old Lefty and Smitey are feeling a bit rusty. That's what I call my hands, Haschwalth.
Never mind, Your Highness. Your method is, without question, the most reasonable.
Goddamn right, you moolah-flogger-looking ass.
As Soul Society holds a funeral for the dead vice captain, Ichigo is visited by his Arrancar friends, Nell and Pesce. Nell needs Ichigo's help saving her home of Hueco Mundo from invaders who have been kidnapping other Arrancars. The bastards even kidnapped one of the best waifus in the series! Hurry, Bill! No! Damn them! Damn them all to hell! Ichigo, being a Sigma male with a hero complex, naturally agrees to help and recruits his friends. Minus Uryu, who's too good to break the Quincy code and help a little friendly little hollow. You're gonna say no to this little hollow? Together with the help of the resident Candyman with a secret basement, Urahara, Ichigo and the gang makes it to Hueco Mundo. The group witnesses a legion of Quincy's imprisoning and executing Arrancars led by Kill Gay Opie. Before Ichigo can intervene, the three housewives of Hueco Mundo, the Tres Bestias, launch a counterattack.
All right, ladies, time to tear 4 eyes here in you assholes!
Never send a background character to do a main character's job. Orihime, hit the theme song. You guys should have played your theme song. Oh wait, you don't have one.
Back to Soul Society, the captains have a meeting where Captain Yamamoto declares war on the enemy at hand, the Quincy's. Gasp! If only I could have pieced that puzzle together quicker! Captain Mayuri is also quick to get on the captain's case, pointing out that all this conflict is all his fault for not killing Yuha 1,000 years ago. Personally, I agree. Yamamoto ignored the golden rule of double tapping. Things get worse when Yuha decides to invade Soul Society ahead of schedule once he learned Ichigo is battling in the kitty litter world. Ichigo is dominating his fight, forcing Opie to use the Quincy's ultimate form, Full Standig. In the middle of the fight, the Tres Bestias try to steal the spotlight by summoning their monster, Ion. However, Opie absorbs him through Reishi manipulation, making things a hell of a lot more difficult. Yeah, thanks, girls. Can you stop making things harder? Okay, thanks.
Consider it an honor to be a part of me. You will be of far more use inside of me.
Phrasing!
I've transformed at least 3 times now. How the hell is he still winning?
Sorry, bud. You gotta have at least 5 boss transformations before you've got a shot at me.
Don't look down on me, Soul Reaper. You shall quake before the awesome might of...
Yuha invades Soul Society with his army of Quincy captains known as Stern Ritters. They absolutely murder all the mob Soul Reapers, killing over 1,000 in just the first 7 minutes. The first major loss comes when a Stern Ritter blows a hole through Vice Captain Izuru-Kira's stomach. Ouch. That's a lot of damage. As the Quincy's continue to spread chaos and destruction, like Black Friday shoppers at a Walmart, the various captains and vice captains of Soul Society begin to square up against the Stern Ritters. The first matchups include Byakuya and Renji Abarai versus Stern Ritter F the Fear, as Not, and Stern Ritter S the Superstar, Mask de Masculine. Sajin Komura versus Stern Ritter E the Explosion, Bambietta Bastard Bean. Toshiro Hitsugaya versus Stern Ritter I the Iron, Kangdu. Soi Fon versus Stern Ritter K, BG9. Sunsui Kyoraku versus Stern Ritter N, Robert Accutrone. Before we continue, Professor Grimmie would like to give you, the viewer, a little information on the Stern Ritter. Just like alphabet soup, each Stern Ritter is given a letter that gives them a specific power known as a shrift. Each shrift determines the nature of a Stern Ritter's power, ranging from all sorts of bull shrifts, like blowing shit up and embodying the concept of fear. The more you know. Despite the ominous warning Chojiro gave, on his deathbed, Byakuya, Komamura, Hitsugaya, and Soi Fon decide to use their last resort. I told you all, whatever you do, don't release your Bankai! How? Why
didn't anyone warn us of this?
Why do you even have a chief science officer if you're not going to listen to them? Realizing the shit that they're in, Squad 12 attempts to contact Ichigo in Hueco Mundo, whose Bonkai can't be stolen through the Quincy Metal. When Opie lets his guard down by throwing a little hissy fit, Urahara 360 no-scopes his ass, passing Ichigo a phone connected to Squad 12, and then opening up a Garganta back to Soul Society. Seeing the opportunity, Ichigo swooshes on in there. On the way, Ichigo is explained how royally screwed Soul Society is without him. So just when the sad saps are getting hyped for the MC to arrive on the scene, Opie rises back from the dead and uses J Shrift, known as Gel, to trap Ichigo in a prison of light while in the Garganta. That's all on you, Urahara! You gotta remember to double tap! Why is no one double tap? The connection with Ichigo is lost as Opie closes in on Urahara, Orihime, and Chad. But surprise body slice from a mysterious man who is totally not a former enemy. And Opie goes down. While all this is going on, Yuha and his second command, Yogram Haschwalth, are just chilling. That is until the badass, eye-patch-wielding Kenpachi Zoraki shows up with a pile of Stern Ritter bodies on his back. It's so fucking cool! So awesome!
Hey, where do I get my punch card? I figured if I kill 3, I'd be able to get 1 free shot at the leader himself. Or at least a smoothie.
Surely you can't be serious.
I ain't gotten serious once in my whole life. And you bozos sure aren't going to be the first to change that. So which one of you's in charge? Papa Pachi's raring to go. Him! Fantastic!
Elsewhere, Vice Captain Hisagi is about to be finished off by Stern Ritter O, the Overkill. Thankfully, Captain Yamamoto intervenes. It's revealed that O is the one who stole Tojiro's Bonkai and uses it to attack Yamamoto. Cue the classic anime mid-fight flashback to how Yamamoto and Chojiro met, learning about the vow Chojiro made to always remain by Yamamoto's side and to be his right-hand man no matter what. That's a real W bro right there. The real bro. After a light show and some shit talk, an unfazed Yamamoto declares O's attack to be weak sauce. Old Yami expresses his final farewell to Sasakibe and bursts into the air, unleashing his spiritual pressure, making everyone realize shit is about to go down. This gives a much-needed confidence boost to the Soul Reapers, who always wanted to see an old man fly. Anyway, how's Kenpachi? I bet it's a heated battle that's shaking the whole Soul Society! Oh no. Kenny, get up. Kenny, please get up!
Hey, look! I think Kenny's okay.
Well, there's Yamamoto. Yeah, Yamamoto quickly arrives in the nick of time. Now we have a good old-fashioned boss versus boss standoff. Like an old divorced couple, a few words are said between the two, with only Yamamoto promising to annihilate Yuha. Before the fight even begins, 3 Stern Raiders pull a bitch move and try to jump Yamamoto.
Try killing all 3 of us, old man. No one can pull that up.
Well done, Shigekuni Yamamoto. I appreciate you firing up my army.
I'm the one who struck them, and even I find that to be in bad taste.
Bad taste? Like something burnt to a crisp?
Quite the brutal comedian you've become, Yuha.
I had 900 years to think of that joke, 90 to write it, and 9 to refine it.
And you got about 9 seconds to get off my goddamn property.
Yamamoto quickly uses his Bonkai, Zanka no Tachi. While it may look like an old scorched sword, Yamamoto's Bonkai allows him to concentrate all of his flames into the blade at a temperature over 15 million degrees Celsius. Yama even admits that he can barely control the heat, revealing that if he uses his Bonkai for too long, both he and everything in Soul Society will turn to ash. After exchanging a few blows, Yama unleashes the 4 different techniques of his Bonkai, based on the 4 cardinal directions: east, west, south, and north. So after shrugging off everything thrown at him, destroying all of Yuha's weapons and techniques, and unleashing his inner Alucard and Dio Brando, Yama begins to taunt Yuha and how useless his efforts are in harming him. He even points out how Yuha hasn't tried to steal his Bonkai, deducing that Yuha is unable to because he hasn't seen its full power. The final blow is dealt, almost slicing the Quincy King in half.
Please,
Please!
Begging for mercy after killing so many of my men? Pathetic.
Please! Delete my browser history! Master Yhwach'd!
That's not my name, that's your name. Unless that's not your name, which would mean that you're not Yhwach'd. And that would be very bad for me. Thank goodness that's not the case.
Psych! Turns out there's an imposter among us. Apparently, Yamamoto was fighting a stern ritter who was able to copy everything about Yhwach'd. After Yamamoto realizes the trick, an explosion occurs at the Squad 1 building, and the real Yhwach'd appears. After praising the imposter for sacrificing himself, Yhwach'd blasts the shit out of him. Can somebody say Boss of the Year? Yhwach'd reveals that he went to see Sosuke Aizen. You know, the main bad guy from the previous giant-ass arc? Yeah, that's Sosuke Aizen, who was imprisoned underneath the Squad 1 building, aiming to recruit him.
Sosuke Aizen, join my army and fulfill your dream of ruling by my side.
I'm sorry, but if I wanted to play second fiddle, I'd join Velvet Underground.
I don't understand what you're referencing.
I'm telling you to get the fuck out of here before I undo these straps and beat you to death with them.
Next time, just say no and save me the time.
Sorry, that's really funny for reasons you'll find out later.
Yama tries to reactivate his Bonkai, but it's immediately stolen by Yhwach'd, who corrects Yamamoto, saying that he was the only one strong enough to steal it. Yama still tries to fight, but is swiftly bisected by Yhwach'd. Man, what is with these people and their fetishes of splitting people in half? Stop watching those Lumberjack videos on TikTok, Kubo! Stop it! As the victorious villain, Yhwach'd begins his required monologue criticizing Yamamoto's decision. He even claims that Yama became weak because the old man got too soft after his old criminal days with the original Gotei 13. He disintegrates Yamamoto's body and commands the Stern Ritters to, quote, violate Soul Society. Thankfully, he meant that in the destroying sense, and not the redo the healer version. Thank God. Quincy's soldiers begin to flood into Soul Society and overwhelm the Soul Reapers by their sheer numbers. Before planning to fall back and wait for the arrival of the mysterious Zero Division, Yhwach'd is surprised by an explosion in the sky.
Kurosaki, you made it just in time to see everyone die. Oh, a new challenger? Let me introduce myself. I'm Shaz Domino, and my power out of my way!
Ichigo speaks to Byakuya to reassure him about Rukia and Renji's conditions. Then my man Byakuya pours his heart out to Ichigo, begging him to protect Soul Society as his quote-unquote dying wish. Ichigo, he protects Kurosaki, is on the case. Ichigo swiftly arrives in front of Yhwach'd, demanding to know if he's responsible for the destruction of Soul Society. Yhwach'd's "bitch I might be" response immediately enrages Ichigo, who throws a Getsuga Tensho on the get-go. This attack is super not effective, as Yhwach'd proceeds to slam Ichigo into the ground and stab him in the neck. Seemingly assured of his victory, Yhwach'd orders Haschwalth to take Ichigo to their castle, but is surprised to see his blade barely penetrates Ichigo's skin. Ichigo's using Blue Vein? A Quincy technique? Oh, just added to Ichigo's ever-growing list of powers, I guess. What's next? Nen? Hockey? Cell's ability to devour a twink and double his power? Only time will tell. Yhwach'd shrugs off his counter and states that he's made a mistake sending a pure Quincy, Opie, to stop Ichigo. Apparently, being caught in the gel exposed Ichigo to Quincy Reishi, which caused an awakening in Ichigo's power. After heavily implying Ichigo has Quincy powers, Yhwach'd wonders how much Ichigo actually knows about his own mother. Insecure about his major mommy issues, Ichigo is caught off guard and demands answers. Yhwach'd ignores the demands and tries to capture him. But time is up when a shadow leads him back to the Vandenreich. The Quincy's are unable to stay outside of the Schattenbereich, or Shadow Realm, any longer and must return.
Impossible! I should have more time to complete the mission. When did I?
This is gonna be so funny when he finds out.
Bastard! Manipulated my perception of time. Always 2 steps ahead. Wait, what's this sticky note attached to me? Curse you, Aizen!
Ichigo tries to stop the enemy, but is stopped dead by Haschwalth, who cuts his Bonkai in half. Damn. I'm too shocked to even make a penis joke about that. Yhwach'd escapes, stating his intentions to take back Ichigo, his son born in the darkness. And that's the end of part 1 of our coverage on Bleach's 1,000-year Blood War arc. Things aren't looking too good for Ichigo and Soul Society. Pretty somber cliffhanger we left you at, but we won't leave you out to dry. If you want to see part 2 and more of Bleach's anime return, you got your Professor Gimmie here to guide you. So stay tuned and see you next time. After exchanging a few blowjobs, I'm glad we could come to understand each other. Yuha. Yes, funny. This old man learns he can come once more. It's taken me 900 years to perfect this form and 9 seconds to finish.